Come get high with us, Spicy, forever and ever and... Welcome back to Projekt Express and another cannabis review. I'm Spicy Pickle Panda, and this episode we're testing out some Clear Chronic. It's another one of the disposable 1 gram all-in-one carts. Quite the gift for a very rad sticker. Alright, let's take a little closer look to what's going on here. The focus wants to play ball. There it is. As aforementioned, this is the Clear Chronic brand headband strain. Get them on Instagram at Clear Chronic. That's ClearChronic, or clearchronicvapes.com. This is a 1 gram premium THC distillate oil. It says it tastes like diesel, lemon, and it's pungent. Take a look at the side real quick. A lot of fine print going on. Hopefully we'll be able to display it properly. Like always, I'm going to read it just in case it doesn't come across. But, warning. Cancer and reproductive harm. That little yellow thing is, that's not good. This product has been tested as required by the Medicinal and Adult Use Cannabis Regulation and Safety Act. That's always good to know. Ooh, it's supposed to make us focused, relaxed, and calm. I could use all 3 of those things. But enough with the previews. On to the feature. Let's get this thing open. Get a pull on it. Are we gonna need the knife? I'm not sure if we're gonna need the knife this time around. Which is mildly concerning, seeing how that means there's no child safety / nobody was using it before me. Come on, get out of there. Okay. Liking this already. Liking this. Ooh. Nice fade color scheme. Would you look at that? Granted, it looks an awful lot like just about every disposable that's coming out these days. But what I'm gonna say that I noticed immediately is look at this window. That is a thing of beauty. You are gonna know exactly what you have left in there the whole time. Kudos. We even got a little thing. All right, let's get this little thingy off. I did say in the last video that this was plastic. It's rubber. There, fixed it. Anyway, I misspoke. Get ready for a lot of that. Got a different kind of a, try to focus it in here. There we go. Different spout. I can't say as I've really had a lot of experience with the thin, flat spouts. I'm willing to try anything once, within reason. Yeah, I mean, it's big, it's wide. I can't really see inside there. It's kind of dark. Might throw a flashlight in there at some point to see how small the hole is. I'll probably be able to tell after a good pull on it. Speaking of which, get a nice good little shot of this bad boy. Trying to, anyway. Yeah, if you apologize, the focus kind of has a mind of its own most of the time. Loving that. I cannot already say enough good things about how big that window is. I will say, though, with every positive, we don't want to call it a negative, but with every positive, you know, you have to look in the other direction just to make sure that we're covering all the bases. And I like the color scheme, but I feel like they could have done more. Like it's cool with the little fade, you know, but like, you know, where's the designs and all the, you know, the ooh, oh, look at that, you know, but we'll go no bare, or we'll be all bare bones, yeah, something like that. I just immediately loving 2 windows. It's like, you know what, you like that big window, we're gonna give you another one. Focus is like, you can't show it, but I know you've already seen it. There's 2 big windows there, so you can see precisely what's going on. I like that. And with that being said, it's time for the real deal. I'm not sure where the where it's gonna light up at. They all light up to indicate that they're working. I feel like it's gonna be at the end, down there at the end. Side note, worth mentioning, it's one of those older charger adapters. One of the ones with the little teeth. It's not one of the more new wave ones. Not that's a big deal. Here at Projekt Express, we are always prepared with any kind of charger that we may need. Alright, enough. Time to test her out. Obligatory cough. I'm sure that's not good for the camera, but we're doing it anyway. Right out the gate. Oh, geez. Again, that can't be good for it. It's definitely citrusy. Man, there is an amazingly long warning on the back of this that I'm not going to read. But also on the back, there you can freeze frame that. It says all the usual. Government warning, this product contains cannabis, a Schedule 1 controlled substance. Keep out of the reach of children and animals. Dog's jumping. Your dog's going to steal your stash. Alright, cannabis products may only be possessed or consumed. Again, I'm not you know what it says there. Don't be pregnant, blah, blah, blah. We also got the, always gnarly to look at, holographic scratch off. You can scan it. It's got the RF like the last one did. We'll definitely be doing that before we jump back in for the second part of the review, just to verify that we got the real deal here. Let's do another one. I was supposed to get a cough rag and I didn't. I apologize. We will definitely get on that before we come back for the second part of the review, where I've pulled on this for a few days until it's gone, basically, and we come back and give a little wrap up of, you know, what happened more or less with it. We're hoping we don't have any malfunctions. We've been really lucky with that as of late. Oh yeah. This company and even this strain from this company, I have had some interactions with them before. They also sold these. I picked these up, let's just say, a while ago. They are also the Clear Chronic brand. I've messed around with a couple of them, like AK-47, the headband, which is everybody's favorite. We got that. We did some, oh yeah, Granddaddy Perp. All the classics, you know. But I have nothing but good things to say about these as well. Well, let's pop one open and give you a real look. Even though they're all very similar when it comes to this kind of deal. But there's that. Oh God, I seen that coming a mile away. Please stand up. Oh, we're falling apart. Okay, there. Oh, okay. Here's where the luck comes in. You know what? There, that's nice and pretty. And that displays the product. Anyway. I have had good experiences with this company. I'm going to have to edit out some of these little brain farts that I'm having, or this video is going to be forever. But I have experience with this company, like I said, like 3 or 4 times now. And I had no problems with any of these that you'd screw on to a battery. They all were what they said they were. Didn't get any sticky lip. The bubbles moved nice and slow. It was a good time, and it was had by all. I'm hoping at some point we get stuff like... that's lame. That's the sign. It's time to wrap it up. Things are starting to slip and slide. But at some point, I'm hoping that we get these disposables and they look like stuff. Like a, I don't know, anything. Let me grab something over here. Here's an awful example. My dude that needs to be dusted. Like, he could contain, you know, distill it or, you know, whatever. And you could, like, pull off his hand and his eyes light up like it'd be awesome. I mean, I'm waiting for that. I feel like that's just around the corner where they resemble things. And if you watched the previous video, I pulled out this bad boy. We gotta back it up a bit. Whoop. This little zipper container, and I was like, alright, you guys gotta move. And I was just like, oh, maybe I'll show what this is, and I didn't, and I forgot to. Kinda. Well, it's not in there, but it is. We got this little thing here. And then this. When I first started getting into cards, I was just like, I gotta get something nicer than just like a little battery or whatever. There we go. And some of you may have seen these before. And this was my fave. I used to carry like this was. I mean, it's Rick and Morty. Wubba lub dub. But anyway, you take this bad boy here, or bad girl, or bad whatever you know you decide that you are. Boom. Take this rubber thingy off there. You screw it on your cart, you know, and then you take it and whoopah! Try to get the focus. There we are. And then you can even, they were smart and they left like a little slit down the middle here so you could keep an eye on your usage. And then, you know, you can just, and you can get more of these. Like, you know, just like, oh, I'll take a pull of the Maui Wowie and And then I'll, you know, put in the Gorilla Panic or whatever it is. But yeah, this thing was cool, and then one day it stopped working. Boo. That's why it's in the box. But we're pushing on probably like 20 minutes here for the first part of the video, so we gotta wrap this up. Part the seas here. Come to daddy. Alright. We're gonna pull on this for as long as it takes, and when it's gone... Oh, I love how my camera just zoomed in on this little... Anyway, sorry. It's working! Yeah, focus. We're going to pull on this for as long as it takes, and when it's gone, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. And we're back. It's been a little over 4 days since we started pulling on the Clear Chronic all-in-one disposable vape with dual windows. And it's gone. It's beat. It is cashed. There is nothing left in there. There's a little, well, I mean, let's not say nothing. There is a little something in there. But if you've used anything like this before, and even the little screw-on, about impossible to get out. I pulled on it hard, got it pretty hot, and not budging. I can't get it out of there. But that's fine, because a little to the party gods, I guess, so we'll sacrifice that to them. And let's talk about the pros. And then maybe get to the cons. The pros. Works well. Functionality, top notch. When I started pulling on it, like pulling air through a straw. Like it drew like no tomorrow. As far as how big a doses of medicine I was getting per pull, fair for a disposable. I'm sure I probably could have heated it, you know, like got some big clouds going, but you know, I just wanted to give it fair use. I didn't want to try to, like, you know, get crazy with it. I mean, I didn't want to break it. I only had the one, and I'm not sponsored, so I did pay for this, just saying. But for the pros, I mean, we'll try to keep on track with that and not get too sidetracked. The pros are definitely the draw power. The whole time I had it, it drew. There was no clog issues. There was no, like, I'm not getting, you know, hits or anything like that. Of course, nothing's leaking. Got the dual window that I'm just going to keep talking about, because in my mind, in my opinion, it's the best part about this, having that extra wide window and the small little status window. I mean, of course, it, you know, went past this, and this top part turned clear like almost on the first day. But you know, it's the thought that counts. Again, I like the design. I like the paint scheme job, if you will. The medicine, of course, headband, trusted, you know. Strong. Put you on couch lock. The medicines, I haven't said much about it really so far on this, so I will go into a little more detail on that with the pros. It did have a mild citrus flavor. Of course, the first taste that I got was stronger. I mean, I hadn't, you know, familiarized my taste buds with it, but after doing so, it didn't seem as citrusy. It was more of an expected taste, but it was present. Again, I pull on it like twice, 3 times, 3 good pulls, and I would be where I would want to be for a while. Well, you can't really transfer for camera, but the material that's on the majority of this is like a matte finish, and it does have some grip to it, so it's not like, you know, it's not like a rubbery grip. It's not pine tar by any means, but it will, you know, you're on there, you're solid. You're not like, whoa, like you're gonna slip and you're gonna drop it like every 5 seconds. And with those, I mean, the packaging also No nonsense packaging, straight to the point. I feel the designs on the box, or on this box particularly, is enough. It gets a point across to the point of everything about it. I mean, it has the effects on this side, it has the dangers on that side, it has you know, quite an in-depth explanation on the front. It tells you how much is in there, you know, what strain you're dealing with, what it tastes like. On the back, you got your verification code, which we skipped and did not scratch it off. Boo, but I'm more than certain that it's the real deal. Whoops, we kind of messed up there. But you know what? Nobody's perfect. And it's not like I got this from a dispensary or anything like that. So, take my word for it. Or as I did theirs. And now on to the cons. I will mention, and I almost mentioned this in the first part of the video, full disclosure, I did edit this part out. When, there you go. Display, oh, you won't drop it. It's probably got something to do with my fur. But with the cons, and I almost mentioned it, like I said, in the first part of the video, but I didn't want to be too, like, I guess, negative straight out the gate without really giving the thing a chance and having it, you know, in possession and using it for a couple of days. The tip, where the nozzle, spout, call it what you will, is, I do like the thinness. It's comfortable in your mouth, your lip. You can kind of hold it with ease if you wanted to go hands-free with it and not really worry too much about not having a grip on it with your lips. Dun-dun-dun. But the plastic just seems cheap. Like the nozzle plastic. Like this seems like it's on point. It's got, like, you know, nice matte finish. But this kind of seems like, I don't want to use like words like chintzy, but this part seems like they could have done more. I mean, I like that it's flat. They maybe could have tried it a little different shape. Most of them, they're either round or flat. Like I say, make it look like a flower, make it look like a heart. I mean, the possibilities are endless. We got 3D printers, guys. You could literally make this spout kind of look like anything, and I feel like that would set it apart. It would stick out more. It would be like, oh, look at that, and that's what you want. You want that impulsive buy. Like, oh wow, that's neat. I gotta have one of them. And cha-ching, you want a paper receipt or? Nonetheless, I mean that is my big beef with it is, and that's such a little thing to complain about. So I hope nobody that involved with the making of this or anybody that's a valued customer that enjoys them greatly is going to give me too much beef about it. But it does. It's a good and a bad. It's a nice shape. But it just seems like it's cheapo plastic. Moving on. The paint job. I do like it. I definitely, I mean, there's no denying that. When I first opened it, I was like, oh, look at that. But, I mean, quickly it was like, it faded fast, like the feelings for it. I feel, again, like presentation's everything. There are so many of these on the market now. And most of them look just like this. They're a bar, they're a stick. There's a little window, there's a nozzle, the plug-in's down here, the light comes out here. Like, I hate to bring up other disposables in the review videos, but it's going to happen, and it's starting now with the cake bars from the previous video, the first cannabis review. That one kind of stepped its game up. It had like the different status window, if you will, the sneak peek on the sides with the lettering, and as you used it, the letters became clear. That was definitely, that was the highlight of that. It really was. Like, the medicine was great. The functionality was good. Nothing to complain about, really, except for, like, the lettering and how they used it. Like, you couldn't really tell. Like, with this, you can see exactly what you were working with. And that's like, well, the one letter's kind of faded. And when it got down to, like, halfway through, it was a little easier to keep track of your dosage. But still, I feel like the the paint scheme's cool and all, but you got to do something more than that, man. This is basic. Like, take your logo and, like, wrap it around, like, sideways, like, across the front of it, and you got to do more with the lights. Like this itty bitty tiny little blue light that is, unless you're in a pitch black room, you don't notice this light's going. Like, you can put your hand in front of it when you're taking a pull, like, oh yeah, it's working, but that seems like an extra step that you really shouldn't have to take. Like, is it? Like, I gotta use 2 hands now, or you know what I mean? Or pull when you put it in your mouth and then put it in front of your hand to see if it's working. Not that you can't tell that it's working when you're pulling on it, because you can taste it. But still, this is a review, and we're going to talk about every aspect. But I mean, that and the old man charger, maybe change that up a bit. But besides that, I mean, there isn't really anything negative to say about it. I feel like there isn't really anything negative to say about it. I mean, the cons to the pros are that they could just do more. I mean, it could be flashier, it could catch the eye better. Like a row of these under glass looks cool, but it doesn't look as cool as, let's say, one of these. A teeter juice. Just an example of what I'm talking about. Here's one of these. This is a teeter juice, and we don't need that. This is also a disposable. And this is why I like these the most. Like, they worked really well, at least the first few I had. And then some of the other ones didn't. The last 2 I bought of these, I bought 2 at once. Maybe that was a bad idea. I was like, oh, I bought, like, I don't know, like 3 of them or something like that, one after the other, and I loved them. And then the last 2, the stuff started leaking out of the straw, and I mean, like, just flowing out of it. Couldn't tell you what was wrong. But that's not why we're bringing this out. We're bringing this out for a little breakdown comparison of what I'm getting at. Round, already different from the design. Neat little straw when it works properly. You can see everything. It's an all-in-one. I mean, this one does also have the old man charger. And a tiny itty-bitty light that you can barely see. I say, like I was saying earlier in the other video, or the first part of this video, I believe it was, start putting the lights inside where the medicine is. Like, light that up. But that's what I mean. When it comes to presentation, if you saw these 2, I know what one I would want immediately. Like, it would definitely be the more sleek, you know. Even the packaging is better, I mean, in many ways. But, alright, anyway, we're not. Moving right along. In closing, we liked it. It was worth our hard-earned money. Could they make some changes so it's better? I feel so. Have it be all it can be. Yeah, whatever. But have it be all it can be. And on to the grade. Out of 5 stars, we're going to give this one 2.5. We're going baseline average with it. And the reason for that is that's exactly what it is. It's average. It's nice. It gets the job done. It's all you could ask for, really. But it looks like everything else on the market. It works. You trust this brand and you go with it, I would say keep going with it. I would absolutely recommend these to someone. And with all that being said, remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Notifications help you know when I'm getting torched and talking about the thing that got me torched. Until next time, I'm Spicy Pickle Panda. This is Projekt Express, and peace out.